my God, just like magic, we have someone in the room. Where did you come from on this Halloween?
I know. It's the Halloween juju.
Yes, I've just appeared. Who are you?
My name is Chyna, I'm the man them's voice. I mean, I say it like, I'm going to say it because not everyone knows who I am. That's quite kind of narcissistic if I think, oh, you know who I am. But you might have seen some of my content out. Been going viral.
The man dem voice.
The man dem's voice.
Man dems.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that I speak for every man dem. What it just generally means is some of the issues and topics that I speak on men's issues primarily, which means I want, you know, I'm here for men primarily, but you can't have men without women, so it all works in hands.
You just stepped into the lioness's den.
I can articulate why. So being the man's voice means that I speak on issues that, for men, primarily men's issues. For all manner of reasons, men don't feel as if that they can speak about these issues, and you know, it could be due to you know, some men can't articulate themselves correctly. It could be due to their jobs. Some people are going through custody battles, so they can't be seen to speak about certain things. And just, you know, some people just don't want to be on social media, and it might be a weird concept to some people in 2024. But some people might have have opinions, and they just don't want to be on social media. And for a lot of times, men have felt as if they can't speak. And so, you know, when I say I'm the man in voice, doesn't mean that I know everything. It just means that I speak on a portion of demographic of these men.
We hear you. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, last week, me and Auntie Farrah were riding solo, and we had on our enemy of progress list a woman called, was it Celestia?
Celestia Barbie.
Celestia Barbie.
Celestia Barbie. And we weren't happy with her, were we?
That bitch did.
We didn't like what she was up to.
Yeah.
And we put her in a bin because you can expand it more. You lot were at an event, and she decided to randomly accuse you of being a drug dealer. Can you break it down and tell us what happened?
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you guys, thank you ladies for covering it. I saw it on social media, other people posted it. It's been going viral for a little bit, but the way you covered it and the way you spoke about it, like I was just like, yeah, you had my back in it. And I just saw it, and it was just like, at that point it was getting steam and gathering steam, but just want to say thank you for covering it and how you're covering it as well, man.
No worries. I mean, we spotted it and it was like, what the hell is she up to? And yeah, just expand on what exactly happened, where you were and what happened.
I was at the Creative Industry Awards in Birmingham. Shout out to Unique Monique for Creative Industry Awards. She invited me as a VIP guest. I'm a cast member on Back Chat Season 6, doing other podcasts and stuff. So I was there as a VIP guest. There were some young content creators and filmmakers that were doing the red carpet, and they'd asked me if I can just get a little interview with them. I was said to them, that's fine. And then towards, you know, once the awards had finished, everyone was doing the press, so they just pulled me to a side and said it's a bit more quiet here. Right. But on the other side of us, you'll see in the video that it's flashing lights, so people are taking pictures. So it was about a minute into the interview. I was speaking about Sinners from the night before, Sinners podcast, live show. Okay. So I was in Birmingham the night before and we did that live show. And it's actually funny because a woman came onto the show and something similar but different. And I was just speaking about it. I was like, oh my God, this girl burst into the stage and she ruined the act of another person. And out of nowhere, all you heard was drug deal, drug deal, drug deal, drug deal. And then that was the beginning. She was off camera, and then she obviously said it. And when she approaches me, I just simply said, "Oh, why was that to your go-to?"
Why did she even shout that out?
I can't tell you why, because I'm in a tuxedo, a pink shirt. I keep saying a pink shirt because it took me a second to put on that shirt. I was like, you know, can I get my killer cat? I was like, yeah, I can do it. And tuxedo, but I was very, you know, I was proud of how I was dressed and you know. Being invited to the event as a VIP. It wasn't just there, I was on the VIP table, I had all the drinks, all the gifts. So I was there for a reason. Yeah. And when she came across, she just, you know, when she said drug deal, I just asked her, why was that your go-to? Just generally, I didn't know why she thought that. She could have said any reason, someone said something, or but she just said, oh, you know, it was a joke, it was dark over here. And I was like, oh, but why was that go-to? Why not a corporate deal, a finance deal? Why did you say that? And then, you know, after that she led with, you know, it's not something about, it's not to do with your colour or it's not because you're black or race.
Not to do with race.
No, sorry, it's not to do with your race. And I just said, ooh, what? At that moment she said not to do with race, she let me, you know, it had everything to do with race because why did you go to that? And she was like, you know, because you're annoyed about what's happened. I said, no, I just find it really disrespectful that I'm at an award show in a shirt, pink shirt, tuxedo, bow tie, being an interview and you go to drugs. The only reason it went to race is when she mentioned race. That was not my first going to. I was just like, who's this idiot girl? You know what I mean? That's not my first going to. If I had gone there and people could say, ooh, you're trying to play the race card. She didn't make it about race. But the moment she did that, then she started leading to, you know, I'm a life coach, I do this, I do that, I help thousands of people, and she, I wanted to put you into the light, and started shining the light on our faces. She just kept on getting worse and worse, and then it kind of culminated with her saying, "What you gonna do?" Did you not see that part?
I haven't seen. I didn't.
Oh, you ain't seen that?
No, I haven't seen that
It's
bit.
very aggressive.
Girl.
And she starts swearing at him.
Oh, you ain't.
serious?
Yeah. Oh, that.
100%.
Yeah.
I never saw that, but I just saw the clip that we
I
got.
watched the
Yeah.
whole
No, there's a
thing.
6-minute clip.
She gets progressively worse. Because she's getting more and more annoyed that you're not accepting her.
I was like, it's
fake
okay.
ass apology.
It's okay. I said, I don't have to accept your apology, but it's fine. You can go. But she wouldn't just leave. And at that point, it doesn't take 6 minutes to leave.
Yeah,
She just wouldn't leave. And then she ends up with, what you gonna do? You missed it. Because that is the moment that, what you gonna do? And we're like, what? Nothing. She's like, all right, then you dick. And then I was like, what? And she swears to us. And I just say to camera, watch that.
How did that make you feel?
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. It just made me feel, I'm in this setting, you know, I've been invited here. I'm doing the, you know, press red carpet, and it just, she doesn't mean anything to me, but she just, how she looks at us is how sometimes you just get reminded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder. Like, my life is not, you know what I mean? I don't have a bad life, like, you know what I'm saying to you. So I don't think that I can't do anything, but I get reminded, you know what I mean, of the things that you're doing. You get reminded, and sometimes, you know, there's been times in my life that I should have probably checked stuff.
Okay.
You know, I'll check things anyway, but I mean, there was times in my life that I probably should have checked something, and you know, I probably didn't, and I don't do that now. And, you know, the same way, and that would have been, you know, when I was a lot younger, I could have been in a work setting and they said some effed up ish, man, and you just let it slide. Man, you don't have to let it slide, but you let it slide, innit? Yeah. And all that sliding does is it just allows people to think it's okay. Yeah. And then some people might not even know it's wrong, what they're doing is wrong, but all that, it's okay because my friend, So at that moment, yeah, it was just,
I just have to praise you for the way that you handled yourself.
Thank you.
Because sometimes in the moment, you could have turned around and said, what the fuck? But you didn't do that. You handled yourself amazingly, and your comeback to her at every point was just highlighting her errors. You know, when she first came into your setting and she was like, oh, because it's dark.
Yeah.
And you were like, do you not understand what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, it was banter. Yeah. And then you're like, but I don't find it funny. Then, well, I'm sorry you don't find it funny. And then she's getting aggressive, like, you know, like because she said sorry and that it was banter, automatically you should accept it.
Yeah.
But what you did was you highlighted to her why it was wrong. Like, why did you go there? Why was that your go-to? She had no comeback. And then because, as I said, she was just getting aggressive, more and more aggressive as it went on, trying to justify herself, talking about she's a life coach and she helps people who are on drugs. Lady, if you're a life coach and you help people that are on drugs, why is that your go-to comment?
Exactly.
You're supposed to be helping people. Why is that your go-to comment? I don't understand it. But yeah, you just handled yourself amazingly, and it also showed those young boys that you were with what to do in those sorts of situations.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what content you've seen of me.
Well, we have.
Yes.
So I think based upon clips on some of the content that people may see, there might be expectations of how I may react or how I may, but a lot of these clips are also based upon situations that I've been put into. And, you know, I won't necessarily say it's necessarily me. I think when you're in a space where you do content like I do, sometimes, you know, things can get clipped and people don't necessarily look at the long form. And you also have the accountability about the platforms that you put yourself on and the people that you surround yourself with, which I can do, but I have a lot to offer, and, you know, I'm actually a very cool, calm and calculated person. I don't actually blow off the handle. People might think that based upon what they may have seen, but that's how I handle things. And I think of late, I've been trying to have to understand why am I here, especially with what's happened with this. Since this has gone out, there's been a lot of important people that have got contacted me. Even sorry.
No.
Even based upon, you know, after you guys posted it, and I think sometimes we get put into space and we get given platforms, and we, you know, and it's like, what am I doing necessarily with what I'm doing? And I think that moment, there's another moment prior to this, which I chose to handle it differently, or how people may have seen me handle things.
What's that?
On the Young Spray show.
What happened?
No, nothing was fine. It was just, he's been very provocative in some of the way, you know, how Spray is. Yeah. And I think a few things, people said, oh, he was violating and whatever, but they expected him to react in a certain way. But I just, we're not going to do that.
So you feeling like you're calming down?
I've always been calm,
right.
But I think I just kind of, I don't know, man. I just got to remember why I'm here.
I was going to say that because I think what I noticed after this incident happened, you posted something on your stories, like you were talking to the camera on your stories, and you were saying literally that, like, I've got to realise why I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's what's important now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I think I've got complicated feelings.
Go on.
Because while I do not like any sort of injustice against our people, I think some of the things that you may have said in the past or how you've kind of come across hasn't necessarily been positive towards black women. So I think I'm just processing at the moment.
I wouldn't say.
That's why I'm just like not saying much. I'm just listening to what you're saying. Because
I've never made it. But of course, I'm from I come from black women. That's the community. So that's what I'm going to care about. That's what I care about. But it's never been about black women. It's about women when we speak about stats. But yes, of course, this is the community, and this is the community I'm going to care about. So if I'm going to speak about single mothers and you know, the broken homes and lack of father figures and the stats, yeah, because that's what affects us. Like, we have a serious problem in here, and nobody wants to speak about it. And it's not blaming women. I've got 3 sisters, okay, all married, all with child. It's not fluke. My brother is married as well. I'm the only one that's not. So I will only speak to women like how I speak to my sisters and how I was raised to be a protective of a woman. And I think in a space where you don't really have men that are going to speak like that, yeah, you can understand that it can rub some people up the wrong way, but ultimately I've never ever spoke bad about black women. You can't find one clip about me speaking bad about black women. You may find me speaking about natural hair debate and what it says to our black young girls, but it's a deeper consciousness I'm speaking about. I'm not telling you what to do with your hair, wear whatever what you want to wear. I'm just saying, what do we say to our young black queens when in order for them to step out into the world, they need to do this? It's a deeper conversation, but people are gonna say, oh, stop speaking about black women's hair. Like, I don't have 3 sisters and nieces, like I don't do black women's hair.
Because, okay, I think this is a problem. A lot of black men say this, like, people aren't talking about it. This is when we come from the debate world.
I was about to say.
This has been debated since I was flipping 13 years old. It's out there, and there's always been a black man, similar to you, in this space, talking about black women. But what I want you guys to do is talk to your fellow man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy, and women in general, we get spoken to a lot. Yes. From all factions. Women talk to us, men talk to us, and it's the same thing. Do this, do that. What are you putting out there? Like, a lot of things aren't done for the male gaze. And as a man, I would prefer that you guys spoke to each other. Why are you attracted to this certain type of woman that looks this certain type of way, that is wearing hair from a dead Chinese person and it's been chucked in the river and they've sewn it together and made I would prefer you spoke to a man.
You know I do, right?
About that.
You know
but generally, the clips that go viral from you are targeted. So you don't have to talk like that.
But I'm saying to this, right, yeah? See, I can show you whole shows I've spoken to men and they don't go viral. See, your algorithm will show you.
No, but you know when you're saying something and it's going to be clipped.
Hold on a second. People clip me, I'll make my own clips, but most of the clips that exist are not me clipping up, you know?
Yeah.
It's other people, right? So here's the thing. I can tell men all of the stuff that you say, but what men are going to say is, men can't even speak about the women's hair. No man wants, men don't want this, okay? They don't want fakery, they don't want it. But they're not going to...
It's a lie!
But that's who they go out with.
It's a lie!
Hold on a second. Men don't want it. When the men say we don't want it, listen to what you say to us. Listen, when we say we don't want it, this is what they get. Men don't want to get what I get. So what they're going to do is they're going to deal with it. Do you understand? Doesn't mean they want it. So then you're going to say the women that they go for. Listen, if every woman is doing that style, who are they supposed to go for? You say, okay, they don't pick the natural girls, but I say, why are you going for those men? They are men that love natural women, you know, but you focus, not you, Women focus on the men which don't like natural. And then and I'm like, why are you looking at those men? It's like when good women will say stuff like, oh, but, you know, men don't, when I do my hair natural, men don't, or do this style, men don't approach me. Then I'll say, hold on a second. I thought you didn't do your hair for men. You women, not you, just women in general, pick and choose when you want to decide whether or not we do things for men or not. And if you are doing things for men, what I would say, the majority of men that I speak to, they don't want to deal with that, but they will deal with it because they don't want to go through what I go through.
But that's you know what? And I get it, because this is always the retort. It's a lie. All I need you to do is go and stand in a club and watch what's going on, and you will see the women that the men are going for. And they generally are in a bust down, and they literally are generally lighter. It's like, it's not like, we're not making this shit up.
Okay, so
why are you talking to women about
it? Let me do it a different way.
All they're trying to do is conform.
And that's what, okay, so this is conform. Why are my women conforming? Who are you conforming to?
Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to the people that are trying to get a mate? Talk to the men and be why is it that you only want that woman?
Men conform as well.
Who is buying and who is selling?
But the thing is, men.
Wait. Who is? Sorry, darling. Not disrespectful. Who is buying and who is selling?
It isn't.
Who is buying and who in a buying and selling?
It doesn't actually go that way, because it's like when you talk about things arbitrary. That's not.
No, but I'm trying to. Because when we're out in a nightclub, who is buying and who is selling?
Everybody's at it.
Okay, no. But who is buying and who is selling?
Literally everybody is.
So what? Am I selling?
Some people are buying, some people are selling.
Okay, so for the purposes of discussion, we're gonna say the women are the selling and the men are buying. Okay, all right, okay.
No, because sometimes it doesn't go that way. Like, people
approach
think
men when you go out?
Simple.
Do you approach men?
Like, literally, a woman is like, oh, in an isolation, like, oh my God, this is how I want my hair. No, they are being told this is the look that you need to have.
Okay, let's discuss that. Let's discuss that. Who owns the media companies and who owns the hair companies? Are these black men?
So this is the thing. So
but wait. No, but if we're gonna discuss this, then let's discuss it. Who owns who is putting this image to women of beauty?
Who is buying into it?
But who is perpetuating? Who is selling? See, in order to have this conversation, there's different parts of it, and one of the parts of it.
And as a man, I just want you to talk to men.
See, I am talking to men. I am, but when I'm trying to talk to you and say what men are telling to me, you don't want to listen to me, and this is the problem.
Because it's not factual. Because men actually demonstrate this. This is the women that they're going for.
And this is why I keep saying women don't listen to men. You have a man here as the man voice.
I want men to listen to men. I want you to talk to a man.
But I do. But you're not listening to me. I've come here and I speak to men, probably more men than you, depending on what I'm doing, right? And they've told me these things, and I say them, and then you act like.
Okay, I've got a question. Go on. Right? You're saying that men don't want it.
No, I'm not saying.
No. You said that, right?
They'll prefer, natural.
You said men would prefer natural women, right? We cannot get away from the fact that a lot of men that say they prefer natural women have never dated a natural woman. But I know an abundance of natural women. So what is that? If they're out there, why are they not dating them? At least one. They should at least have one in their bag, innit? Why are they not dating them?
I can't tell you about those men, but what I can tell you about the aesthetic that majority of black women present, and that is not of a natural hair aesthetic, okay? It's not for me to tell you what to do.
What's natural to you?
No, when I'm talking about natural, they're talking about without weave. You're not talking about you can't have your nails done or your lips done, makeup. That's not what we're talking about. They're talking about majority comes down to European style weave. So if you want an extension or afro hair, like if you're going to talk about protective style to your ethnicity, that is fine. Like, see how you have now here? Yeah, that's cool. But when you start bringing this European bust down, Chinese mink, no, man don't want this. And if they're going to want that, they'll rather date the woman who it grows out of, and then women are going to get mad and say, oh, you're dating outside your race. But hair is one of the things, and I'm just saying it to you. It doesn't matter whether or not women agree or not. This is what men say. And when I say the man them's voice, this is what I mean. The man them speak about this, but they won't do it because who wants to go through what I go through? It's long. Like,
you see that part, yeah? You see you saying that who wants to go through it's long, they won't speak about it. It's one thing to speak about it, it's another thing to actually act on it, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Because, like, if they don't want it, why are they, I'll go back to what I said before, why is that what they're taking? If they want the girl who is more of a black aesthetic, why are they not
just
going
like the girl that doesn't want, just like the girl that doesn't want to conform, when the numbers, when you have 10 women, right? And you have 2 women that say, I want to wait till I want to be a virgin, I want to wait till I'm married, I want to be natural hair, I want to do all these things, cool. Shout out to those 2 women. When you have 8 women that are about to let the side down, those 2 women are going to feel, in order for me to get something, I'm going to have to conform with the other women. So now the 2 women are let down by the 8. If the other 8 women raise their standards, this is what I'm going to talk about, because women are the standard, right? Women are the standard. No nation can rise higher than the shoulders of its women, right? So women are the standard, okay, and then the women drop the standard. The men that would have had to, you know, buy you a ring and do certain things for those 2 girls are going to be like, why am I going to bother with them 2? I have 8 girls that are saying to me, I don't have to go and do that. And ultimately, that's what happens. So yes, I will speak to men, and I do speak to men, and I hold men to a high regard. I hold men. Do you know why? Because men obviously choose and they go and create that, but at the same time, accountability falls on both people to create life, yeah? Accountability, male and female. Yeah. But responsibility, unfortunately, is going to fall on the women. Difference between accountability and responsibility. Understand what I'm saying? Okay. To create life, you lay down. Okay, that's accountability for 2 people. But if you lay down with a deadbeat guy and he turns out not to be good, then responsibility is going to fall on you, because you have to raise that child.
Why is the responsibility not on him? Be on him.
See, no. No,
but why is it not?
There's a difference between accountability and responsibility. No, it should be.
That's my point. That's all I needed. Because it should. Listen, that's all I needed. No, but what? Because accountability and responsibility are with both of the people who fucked and made the child.
But here's the thing.
It is. So, you cannot put more responsibility on the woman because the man's a deadbeat. You can't.
Who? If the guy turns out to leave you, who does it fall on?
But it should go the other way as well.
That's not about what it should be. We live. This is a kumbaya.
That's where we have to change the narrative, because it does that language where it's always like, well, you're going to bear the child and you're going to bear the responsibility. That it's your fault.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But what I would teach, I don't have a daughter, but my sister, our teacher, yes,
and your son.
And my son, no, I'm talking about my sisters, right? Because my sister, I gave her my sister in lockdown. She got married. I literally raised my sister with, that's how we look at it. I gave her away, right? Yeah.
Okay.
How I raised her and my father raised her is this, right? This, your body is sacred. You can do whatever you want with your body. This is your body is sacred, right? Yeah. If you ask for a ring, certain things, men will give you that ring. If you choose not to, then men will not give you the ring. There's a reason that all my 3 sisters are married, because they said, listen, we're wives, and this is the requirement that we go and put on ourselves, right? What I'm saying to you is, if my sister comes home, the responsibility will fall on myself as the older brother, my father, to protect my sister. If this guy's a waste man, whatever he does or not, the responsibility falls on our family. So what we teach women is, if you get down with a guy, and he hasn't claimed you, then chances are, if he walks away, turns out to be a waste, whatever it is, the responsibility will fall on you. He is still responsible for creating that life and leaving you. But when you have to pay your bills and you're by yourself, it doesn't matter about the other stuff, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I hear you. Wait. I hear you, right? But isn't there also a responsibility to teach the men in your family to not be like that?
100%.
Okay, because that needs to be fed and taught more.
But I think majority of men are not like that.
No, wait. Okay, I think let's.
Wait a minute. I'm very sorry, but you're saying the majority of men are not like that though. But then you also came and you said that there's a lot of single parent families, so there are a lot of men that are like that. So isn't there responsibility somewhere for someone to teach those men? What is that back to the woman as well? She must teach the man how to be a man as well.
And that's my point.
But when we look at obviously, divorce and initiated, like 70 to 80% times is initiated by women. So when you look at the stats, women walk out of their home 70 to 80%. No, it's not. It's not Kevin Samuel. Just the stats. I'm just asking. Is he your king? No, it's not my king. Okay. Come on, like.
I'm just asking.
That's slightly past. Like, come on.
I'm just asking because this is a very red pill.
Jesus is my king. God is my king.
Jesus
is my king and God is my king. Okay,
this is literally what incels actually come with.
It's not. Incels. What does incel mean?
It's literally.
What does incel mean? Can I ask you what incel means? You just said incel. What does incel mean?
Because it's.
I asked you a question. What does incel mean?
When I talk about incels,
I asked you a question.
When I talk about incels, I am talking about a demographic that is now on the internet that spews the same type of stats that have come from various different organisations that are generally
right-wing. But I just like to ask you, what does incel mean?
It's not what it means, it's what it's been adopted
you can't
as
use
a
the
title.
word, and I just ask you, I'm being nice.
I'm telling you about the subculture.
No, what does incel mean?
You tell me.
Incel means involuntary celibate. So when you use that word, what you're trying to say...
And now,
please,
listen.
You said,
I'm talking about a subset
but you
on
used
the
something,
internet.
You used the word you didn't understand.
The same types of things that you're saying.
A lot of women use buzzwords on social media. Use words
and as you did as well.
No, I didn't.
Isn't actually factually true.
It's not a buzzword. You just said incel. You don't know what it meant.
Okay, stop that. Let's draw the line on that because I'm not. I'm trying to let you. But what I'm saying.
She used the word. I asked her to explain what the word is. She couldn't explain it.
That's not the argument.
Then I was going to explain what the word is.
No, that's not the argument. To be fair, because in society, in social media world now, in the culture, incel is not necessarily the actual word.
But what does incel mean?
It doesn't matter because no, listen.
I didn't. You stopped me.
No, you
stopped me.
No, you said.
Because I think it's important that if we're going to say words and say what.
Okay, explain it.
Okay, incel is involuntary celibate. That means that you have been X'd out of the sexual marketplace. So for any reason, women do not see you, you're invisible. So they're talking about these, you know those guys that go shoot up the school in America and these types of people. So it's very important that when we use these words, we're clear about the words that we're using because we can't just be putting terms on people.
No, but wait, okay.
That's what I was saying.
But what you're taking from the word incel is the actual maybe dictionary meaning, but we know that also culture has taken the word incel and made it something like that. So most people aren't going to see it how you see it.
I'll be honest with you, that's the first time I've discovered this. Like when I speak about incel,
so then when you're saying it, then you can't apply it to how it was just used.
But she used the word.
No, but I think there's two lanes. There's two lanes. No, listen, seriously, for a second. It's context. Thank you. It's context because in the culture, incels being used.
What does incel mean?
Let me finish. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. Incel is the red pill guys that are spewing kind of like really radical facts about, non-facts about women. And there's a group of people that they've been titled incels and red pillars and alpha males, all that stuff. There's a group. That's what the culture uses the word incel for. The actual meaning is by the by. You can say like, oh, this is what it actually means, so be careful what you're using. But you can't say that's how she's applying it to you because how you've taken it is kind of like an offence. But that's not how she's using it towards you.
When I see the word, because with the word incel, that's what it means, okay? So that's what it means. So,
but you know that she wasn't applying that to you.
I didn't know that until she explained it.
Okay.
How could precisely why I said it's a subset.
Yeah, she was saying that.
A subculture. That now is adopted, and there are certain stats.
But even when you say this Kevin Samuels or King, come on.
But that's the language, though.
Because I wanted to know, are you somebody that follows Kevin Samuels? Because then I can put you under an umbrella.
An umbrella, like, you know, you need to put, you know what it is? My values come from an African upbringing. They don't come from anywhere else. I don't understand this. Like, I didn't need Kevin.
Because you were going down the same trope of using the 78%.
No, I'm not. But I'm telling you a fact.
That women initiate divorce.
Why don't?
Why do that? No, but listen.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why I do it.
Can I ask you a question?
5% of all breakups are DV, okay? So 5% of all are DV. When we look at DV, yes, it doesn't tend to be one-sided. It tends to be emotionally, physical, psychological, financial abuse, or all different types of abuse. Men suffer abuse as well. Men don't tend to report it as well. When we talk about cheating takes about 48-52. Men just cheat slightly more than women, but women tend to be better at hiding than it, yeah? Like, these are just some of the stats that are there. Like, end of the day is I don't come to things to look at feelings. I do a lot of research and I read a lot.
And
so before, no, it's not just that, because how can I come into somewhere
with my
feelings?
It's not.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the same thing. That's what Kevin Samuels says, what all the red pill guys tend to say they deal with, because that's the difference between, as they say, the difference between men and women, that men deal with facts and women deal with facts and stats and women deal with emotions. That's the brainwash. But men are emotional too, and 100%. They don't want to deal with that fact that you guys are emotional. Look at the world, the state of the world it is in today, because of emotional men, right? So the facts and stats thing goes out of the window because it's not about, okay, 75%. Which 75 of which women? White women, black women, Asian women? Have they polled every woman in the world for these stats to be absolutely factual? Where, because you can Google the internet, you can research. So what you need to do is, in our environment that we're in, you can only take what's pretty much in your face. How many people do you know that are divorced? How do you know many people?
So I can do anecdotal. The problem with anecdotal is it just tends to take away from people's experiences. So when
but stats do too.
I know, but the problem is when we do anecdotal, we can all have a personal experience experience. So the world tends to do off numbers and facts. It's what we do, right? So it gives us something that majority of people can look at and say whatever. If you want to go anecdotal, of course we can go into our communities and we can listen to people's stories. That's not a problem. That's not an issue. But at the end of the day is, you cannot go into somewhere and just be talking about from your personal experience, because it's not enough to be on a platform to be speaking about.
But that's what we have to do, because if we go by stats alone, if we go by stats alone, that's removing the reality, because you can say 78%, but I don't know 78% women divorced. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Do you know 78% of your world of women are divorced? Does that replicate your world?
No.
Precisely.
But then how many? But then I could go into it and say how many of the women are married, and it will replicate the world.
But then you can say that's what you can say. But then that's what we can talk on. We can say that in our community, there's possibly an issue with people getting married. There's possibly an issue of cheating. There's possibly an issue. We can say that, and anecdotally, those are the things that are presented in our face.
And that's reality.
So when men, and unfortunately, yes, people like Kevin Samuels and the like, led with stats and facts, talked about the women in their weaves, and it's all you lot's responsibility to not let these deadbeat men get away with it. But what the problem is that constantly telling women, and that's why Kevin Samuels rose, just denigrating women. I'm just saying, denigrating women. Talk to your boy, because even when you're talking about, yes, you had sisters, but what kind of conversations do you have with your boys?
So let me talk, because you guys are focused on this. I speak to the man them, but like I said before, if I tell the man them to give you a ring, if I tell the man them to do all of these things, right, all the things that you women ask for, if you are not asking for it, they're not going to do it. Wait, hold on a second. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I say. Women are the standard. You control it. Okay.
But that is a brainwash that's been told to us that we are the standard.
Let me finish.
Let me finish. Yeah.
Go ahead.
If in order to access any one of your bodies, these 4 women here, I need to give you a ring. Yeah. And for example, let's just say claim you. Let's use that for example, right? Yeah. If I don't, none of you will give me your body, right? Yeah. I have to marry one of you. Yeah. And then he has to go and do the same thing, and anyone, okay? The moment that one of you say, you know what, that doesn't matter, the standard drops. So I tell him to marry her, or go and give her a ring, go buy her a house, he's not gonna do that anymore, because she doesn't require that anymore.
You know, before all of that, how about when you were maybe blessed to have a father that taught you right from wrong, or whatever that means. But then how many other guys are being told, don't sow your oats?
Facts. Okay, now we'll get into it.
What do you mean?
No.
We were always going to get there.
Okay, no, I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. We were always going to get there. Let's get to that conversation. That's when we're talking about talk to men. Talk to boys from the start and teach them from the jump. So then there's an equal footing, because, girl, we're raised to keep our legs closed, keep our mouth shut. And remember, we have a finite time to have our babies.
I agree.
You guys can bang till you're 90.
Yes, I agree.
Beyond.
I agree with this
So that part, we should agree with everything, because we're aunties and we tell you all the things.
That's the whole thing.
I agree.
Talk to your boy.
I agree.
Okay.
But then talk to your boy, because the bits where you go viral, because that's also cachet, and this is what like cachet and clout. Talking those bits that get clips that go to us and tell us that this is what you guys are doing wrong. That is the environment that Kevin Samuel thrived. But what you need to really do is talk to your boys. You don't need to say get a ring. It's not even. It's before that.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is this, is that I understand that, yes, some people didn't have a diplomat as a father or the chief as father like I had. I get it, and he didn't. I understand that. Some people didn't have that, right? I get it, and a lot of the not pushback is because I speak from an African upbringing, and I think a lot of times I might be speaking to different cultures, and it can slightly be. I get it. A lot of people didn't have the information I had. A lot of times women, I'm telling them it's the first time they hear it. I'm like, what? No one's ever told you that. Men just wanna get in. No, it might.
What do you mean? Like women haven't heard.
Sometimes they haven't heard the things that I'm saying.
Okay.
And
some women. Okay, no, I was trying to...
No, I'm saying some women haven't heard it, and I'm like, why is the pushback for? You don't... Is this new knowledge to you or something? But some of them, it literally is new knowledge, okay? The fathers have been taken out the home. The uncles have been taken out the home, okay? So the women have been left there, and...
Sorry.
I have to deep side, because you're saying it's just
taken out of the home.
That part, taken out of the home.
No, taken out of the home, how? Did they run away?
Yeah, but what's taken out?
The men are not in the home.
But what's taken out?
I don't know. However they were out of the home, they're coming in the home. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Because you want to...
No, it's the same as incels. It's the same as incels.
The men are not in the home.
Okay. The men are coming in the home. And the only reason why we're highlighting that is because it is important. Words are important. You already said that, right?
Okay, the men have been taken out. The men are not in the home.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
They left.
There's many reasons. There's many various
they're
reasons.
not in the home.
They're not in the home.
You tried to push a narrative there.
No, they're not in the home.
They died.
I'm just saying they left the home.
They died.
Because taken out of the home means that a woman or somebody
kicked out.
removed them.
No, but
sometimes
they died.
people weren't ever in the
Or they
home and they decided I'm not going to be there.
Men are not in the
We're
home.
focusing on the wrong thing.
just in the home.
Finish.
We're focusing on the wrong
No, but
thing.
taken out of the home is very loaded.
They are dead. They run away. They
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
The men are out
There's
of the
all different
home.
reasons
They're
that they're not in the home. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't even know.
You lost your point.
Yeah.
But you were saying there's so many reasons women that have that aren't necessarily raised in a space and women and boys as well.
Yeah.
It's
Of course. Children are not in a space, and you know they don't have a father figure when they're going through to teach them certain things, right? Women don't have a father figure out there to sometimes to guide them through certain points as well, and to give them stability, anchor, whatever it is. Yeah, cool. I understand it. But what I'm just trying to say to you is. I get where you guys are coming from with the content that I put, and the content that I put out there. I understand it, but I care about the community, and in order to care about the community, it's the black community. When we say that, it's not a monolith, but
you feel like you're tasked to speak on behalf of.
No, it's not even that. Listen, my mom said to me, son, why do you even care so much? Mom said to me, why do you even care? Mom said to me, son, why do you even care so much? And I said, Mom, this is my calling. I'm supposed to do it. I wish I didn't care. I wish I could just turn off. And if I really hated women, I would be lying to you guys. Like the other content creators are making shitloads of money off you guys. They're monetizing off your pain. There's lots of men right now that are monetizing, particularly of single mothers, and telling them they're the prize. Whatever I say, the opposite. And these guys are making bank off these women.
So do you know what? Another reason why we didn't necessarily expect it to go this way, but. The reason why I was like, let's have you on, aside from what you went through, because that's a very serious situation. Yeah. But what you said on your voice note to us was actually, I was like, okay, because when you said, look, I'm on a journey, I appreciate you guys' support, and I'm learning about myself. So I think where we are very passionate women. We care about the community. We care about black women especially. And we care, and the thing is with black women, we turn up for black men.
We turn up for black men.
I know.
We turned up for you.
I saw.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Did you see within all of our comments, we turn up for black men. Okay.
No, because I want that to be highlighted.
Yeah, because we can have this
comments, the level of black women
that showed up
were really like, well done for what you did, and we back you and we support you. Some of your content that has gone viral betrays the level of humanity that black women have extended to a lot of black men in this space.
Who don't do the same.
I too was like, I really appreciated your voice note to us.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, he truly is on a journey. And I hope he is, and I want us to talk to him about what this journey is, how he sees it moving forward, because a lot of your viral clips have gone at single mothers, and it's like, it's never ending that black men who get a platform jump on this same wave. And it's always the same thing. Nobody's talking to you guys, and it's like
we're talking all the time.
Really?
This conversation.
I've said it on this pod before. You lot don't stop fucking.
You're always talking to us. But when are you gonna talk to your bros? When are you actually gonna be like, can you listen, man to man? You need to actually respect your fucking penis,
respect your body,
and know who you're going for. Like man to man, you need to not sleep.
It's mad because I actually agree with everything that you guys.
Well, that's what.
I actually agree with everything.
Because women are being spoken to all the time.
I don't even disagree.
Everybody.
But we disagree.
So we don't actually need another man going viral talking the same way.
No.
Like, it's not necessary.
I get it.
What we need is men being spoken to.
Can I understand something? This, because in your voice note you said that you're trying to do better. What is that? What is that journey? Because I think there's an assumption that we understand the journey that you're on. What is it? Can you explain that?
Doing better means, is by that, like thinking about the things that I say. Obviously, I care, like, a lot of some of the comments would have, single mother and stuff. Sometimes it's a bit of sauce, a bit of,
Let's get to it. The sauce. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a bit of sauce, but I love you in real life. Like,
I know, but this is the thing here.
So let's speak.
Just a second, because I think that is part of the problem, right? And that is why I have complicated feelings, because if it is just source, if it is just that and it is just frivolous, then it's just like, do you understand the hurt?
No.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Do you understand the hurt that's inflicted when those clips go viral? Because these are words speaking out of your mouth and they have meaning, they have weight. People look to men, probably what I don't believe, but look to men for leadership. Do you know what I mean? And if that is the leadership that you're spouting, and you have to take responsibility, like we do as well, that we have a clip that not everyone's going to watch the whole thing. They're not. So it's just like, well, why should I trust anything that's coming out of your mouth if that's what you're prepared to do to get likes, views, etc., and all that kind of stuff?
I don't do that for likes.
So
but there's source.
Whatever it is.
No, source it means. I can explain it because I can't say something.
No, you can explain it in just a second. But whatever it means, like putting it out there in the universe, and the negative effect that it has on people when they interact with it makes me very uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm just listening to, like, where is this going? Like, what is your journey? Where are you trying to get to? What does it even mean? Like, you being here today. Do you know what I mean?
We have a problem within, like, one of our community. You see what's going on within our community, like in the UK. Yeah, we have a problem. One of the biggest problems within the black community is that we don't like to be held accountable for anything. So when we look at the, you know, like obviously what's going on in the community with the stabbings and whatever, and we'll talk about these things, yeah. And then if you don't discipline your kids, okay, the government will discipline your kids. And if the government discipline your kids, you know how it ends. They end up dead, right? This is what happens, right? So when we talk about the lack of father figures in the home because of all manner of reasons, right? This has a knock-on effect. It doesn't matter if I grow up in a two-parent home. Like, for example, that Eliana Adam from South London that got stabbed, right? She got stabbed. She went to a private school. She came from a good home, two-parent home, right? Doesn't matter if that happens if the other person doesn't. So what happens is we have a community responsibility. So we are also responsible for the other people in the community. So when you talk about these things, the single mother home is very important to break down. It's very, because these men grow up without the father figures. They lead to these older men on the block. When you have a young man that's going through adolescence, he's not been told how to control his emotions, and he reacts out on the high road in his teen and he stabs someone. This is what happens. So a lot of the things that I'm speaking about has to go a lot deeper, but when I speak about the single mother, and this is the long form, they don't look into these things. And this is all I'm saying to you. So yes, sometimes there may be some clips, but there's very important message behind everything that I say. Like, nothing that I'm saying is because I hate, but we have to look at something. You cannot...
Okay, so
wait.
Go on.
Yeah, I hear you, right? But I think I'll go back to the responsibility lies with both.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a case of the single mother's in the home, and because there's not been a man around, she struggled to give that boy that she's raising a male influence, and he's gone outside the streets to find that, yeah? The responsibility lies with the father as well, yeah? And that is not spoken about enough. It's always focused on the single mother. What did you do? Why is the man gone? Let me finish talking, right? I think what we're trying to say to you is, as much as you want to talk to women, you're the man, right? Talk to the men. Yeah. Talk to your friends that have had children and aren't with the mothers. Talk to your friends about being there, being present. And present doesn't mean financially. And I've said this before. We've all said this before. It's emotional support. It's physical support. It's all of it. If you don't speak to your boys, if you don't hold your boys, I'm going to use the word again, accountable, and tell them about the responsibility that they must still maintain whether they're in the house or not. Because that thing about women, don't fuck a deadbeat guy. Man them, don't fuck a deadbeat gal. Know who you're but my point is, that's great. Say it louder.
I'll say it louder because you haven't heard it. That's fine. But what I'm trying, I'll say it louder because you haven't heard it, right? But everything that you're saying, I say it. I say it. But you know what the man them tell me? They go out and they meet and this is what happens. So everything that you're saying, I say it. But then so I say to the women, you know what? Raise it. Because I'm telling the man them this, but they're telling me, listen, the girl just let me, and that's all it is. So
the but, see where you said the but, but the man say, so I'm going to go talk to the women because the man ain't listening.
Keep talking.
You've got to make the man then listen. But I think it's just talk to the men. Okay. And also, what is your, because I don't think you necessarily answered, what is your journey? You explained what you do, but what's your journey?
So my journey is essentially about the community, and obviously I don't want to see women walking around in, single mothers by guys that have, come into life, and no, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see none of the stuff that's going on now in the community. So I'm just asking for us to think a little bit more about some of the things. And this is men as well, You have to understand something. A lot of men have created single mother homes, okay? I haven't done so yet. And these men are not a lot of these, but certain these men are in the community. So it's interesting to me. Women will rather follow men that have proven to...
Oh, you're doing it again.
No, I'm not.
So, to be fair, you still haven't answered the question. What is your personal journey?
Yeah.
The voice note you said to us said that you are trying to be better.
Yeah,
so what was you before? What are you trying to be?
Whatever image that you saw of me before, which got you feeling the way, I'm trying to be better than that. And I understand that with the amount of people, women that have supported me through this and that reached out to me, that I'm going to, it's not for no reason. That didn't happen to me there for no reason. It didn't happen for no reason. And at that point, I'm looking at this. Listen, if I want to get support from women, I know what to say. I just don't go online to say things to get support from women. Occasionally when it happens, I feel it based upon the organic things that have happened. You women have rode for me, regardless of whatever you're seeing outside, you rode for me. And I knew that already. You think I didn't know that? I just knew. But when I knew that, I said, oh, they see me like that. Do you get me? And then that's why, whatever, because you didn't make it about it. And now you're bringing it up. But I know what content that's out there. I know how I present it. I understand it. But at the same time, that's not, anyone that knows me in real life, that you won't know on social media, knows that, yo, I'm for the people, I'm for the girls, like, the single mothers and that, like, it's just online. But I get it.
Okay.
So you'll see me do better.
Like, I have no idea what you meant.
What is
doing better?
Actually, what are some of your goals? Like, what is your career goals type thing?
No, like, I got different things going on at the moment.
That you can talk about.
I'm just, like, I've written a play. We're putting it on next year.
Oh, nice. What's it about?
It's called It Shouldn't Have Happened. So it speaks on how one night can change your life, being accused.
Single mother.
Listen, it was in my head.
It's not.
Sorry, go on.
No, creatively speaking, I've got a lot of opportunities happening, a lot of things happening. And yeah, like, creative person, I'm kind of going down that route. And in regards to the issues in the community, I don't want to call myself an activist or something. That's not what I do. I just want to speak on stuff that I see and things that's important. The single mother thing, I think it picked up, and it was just something, but it was not. I was more than that. Like, it almost follows you to the point.
But that's the point. So I think it's like
that's what we're saying. Sade said it. We say things, and it's important. You've got to remember the platform that you're on.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and what you have.
Remember what you're saying. There are boys out there that will see some of the stuff that you're saying and fixate on that. Okay. Just say the other stuff more.
And listen, I get it. Like, I get it, and nothing I've said, I won't go and say something that I can't back. But also, I'm not gonna just go say, because I could literally go and be saying the opposite of what I'm saying and not believe in it, but monetizing off it, and I'll feel sick every single day. Do you get me? And if I was really that way, trust me, I know how to finesse this, because I see the other guys doing it. That's not what I'm here for. So.
But even this conversation alone, how, like, again, it's demonstrating something, and it's pulling you out of maybe your comfort zone. And especially I do think men that talk to women, or you have those moments where it's about single women or whatever, it's having conversations with a mixed bag of women, different generations and different experiences, because sometimes
y'all didn't want to talk to me before.
No, that's not y'all. I didn't know you.
I will put my hand up.
I had to get racially profiled.
Seriously. No, I'll put my hand up. I'm reserved. I'm definitely reserved about these types of things, because I feel that we have a platform, we have a responsibility, and we need to be mindful about who we bring into our space, because it would be inadvertently endorsing them. Do you know what I mean? So if you was to go back tomorrow and then just say something about single mothers again, I'm not saying that you will, but if you do, it's going to look like we support that. And I don't believe that we do. No, do you know what I mean? No. So, like, we wouldn't. So it is a risk for me, definitely.
Yeah, but I think you have to understand that I don't hate single mothers. Like,
To be fair, we don't have to understand anything. We listen to what you say, what you put out into the culture. Do you know what I mean?
Now, and I'm telling you, I don't hate single
So
mothers.
we're listening.
So I don't hate single mothers. I don't hate single mothers. Everyone knows I don't hate single mothers. So I'm here telling you I do not hate single mothers. So that should be the line in the sand. But yes, you might have seen some content based upon clips that make it whatever. I get it. I put that content out, but I still walk around and no single mothers are throwing eggs in my face when I'm outside. They love me, and the reason I say they love me is because the internet's not real life. I get it. I understand some of the things that I put out. I'm grateful for how you guys rode for me, how you've spoken about me. I came down for that reason. Trust me, I came down for that reason because I understood.
And we said we'd give you a bit of pepper.
But this is not pepper for me.
Okay.
This is me making you understand that I'm not a bad guy. Like, I'm not here to do bad, because if I was, I'll be doing the opposite of what I'm doing and monetizing heavily off women's pain and using guys that speak like me and say, oh, listen, women, it doesn't matter how many kids that you got, 2 baby daddies, oh, Chyna. Men, I've seen the message that men are monetizing off these women's pain, and these women don't get anything from these men. I think, raw, but I just couldn't do it. So I understand that some of the things I've said can be seen as inflammatory. I understand it can be triggering to some people. You don't have to think wherever you want to think. That's not what I'm here for. But at the same time, I ride for black women. I ride for women anyway, but I ride for black women because...
I wanted to get into that. Do you date...
You know what? If you ride for black women, you know, I've been listening to you. I've been really, like, lamenting on what you're saying. Because there's loads of points that are irritating me because I understand your heart. Like, truly, it's like, I see what you're saying.
That's good.
And there is a road that lots of people with your heart travel down, and it's to tell a woman, fix up. And really, it's so aimless in what you're trying to do, because that's not the way it works. Women are socialized. And because you're not a woman, you're not gonna know.
Teach me.
The loads of messages that women get is always like, follow this, follow that, do this, and we get a lot of messages, yeah? So it's very easy for you guys in your space to get a response from women. Lots of different women. Whether it's hate or love, you're going to get a response. Yeah. Because we have been taught to respond to somebody talking to us. Men are not. So that's why I'm saying to you, can you talk to men?
Yeah, I can. Because
men are socialized to be like, you can be single-minded, you can do what you're going to do, and the world is your oyster. We are not taught that.
And
so it's very easy for us to receive. Oh, you're going to get the factions that are like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, I've never heard this before. They've heard it, but they weren't listening. And they just liked your voice, or they liked you. And you're going to get the others that are like, oh, bun you, fuck off, da da da. Men, they don't get that. They don't get that stereo sound coming to them. So I need a man who has a heart that is like, I actually want to do something to the community, to speak to men and say, you need to control your urges. You need to know the type of woman that
I'm going to send you some clips, man, because, man, I've sent this stuff and this don't go viral.
You know what it is.
No, but I know it doesn't go viral. I don't say it repeatedly.
I know it doesn't go viral.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's the problem.
Because I've said it. Like, I've actually literally said it.
You need to say
you
it more.
need to just say that, and it's not going to be as popular. It isn't. It isn't, because the wave isn't there. But I need men to sit down and be like, I need to talk to men. Women are going to get it, and we're going to respond, and it's going to go viral. But really, there's medicine in, nah, that's not the way.
It's mad that
hear a lot.
It's mad. Even before this happened, this was kind of where I was going. Like, it was always going to speak to men more, but obviously, it's just
the road to that is hard. But you've got, it's like standing in it, and if that's your journey of evolution, that's what we're saying.
But I'm telling you that I have done it. Like, it's not just one. That's just me just saying. I've literally said what you're saying, and I put it out. They haven't got viral, cool, but I'm saying it the same way. Yes, I don't speak to women as much, but I do speak to men. Like, do you get me? But I do speak to men. It might not go viral, it might not be whatever, but I definitely do speak to men. And one of the reasons why I've kept away, because I had 3 sisters, so it was always that type of protection around the, like, so I've always spoke to women how I would speak to them. Do you understand? Yeah. Do you get me? So it's never about was always about protect yourself. Oh, this is how these men want you, and da 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 da. Like, it's not blaming you. It's not. It's saying, but yo, they want you, and you got to protect yourself from these men.
It just doesn't change.
But I'm telling you where it comes from, innit?
Absolutely.
You know what? I hear you.
So
But what you've got to do is you've got to talk to the man them like if they were talking. Wait. You've got to talk to the man them as if they were talking to your sisters.
Okay.
Yeah? That's how you got to deal with it.
Okay.
You can't chat to women like this. Think about it like that. Because your sisters have heard. Like Nana said, we hear this thing all day, every day. We've got it coming on fucking stereo, loud and clear. The man them need to hear things more. Talk to the man them.
And do it for your creativity. If you're doing creative stuff, I mean, this is our advice now. Your creativity, the voice that you're having on a platform that could blow in that way. Yeah. Like, you didn't finish saying what your story was about, that the play that you're writing.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like, it's called It Should Have Happened. It tells a story. Actually, something that happened to me like years ago. Like, went out on a night, and it's how one. I don't know why it's always me, man. But how one accusation on the night can just
change.
And it talks about the racism, the police. Like, the whole reason I've wrote into play is because if I don't put this in the play, you won't even know this can happen. Like, you won't even know that someone can just say something about you, and just your life can be on hold for 2 years. Like, it's a weird, and then they can just. But if I didn't do nothing by putting it on, then essentially that no one would see the story. So it's called It Shouldn't Have Happened, and essentially going to take you on a process of how one night, and you know what I mean, it's a one-man show. I'm going to put it on next year on Black History Month.
Are you going to be performing?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Oh, wow.
What's always worked for me is my story coming through what I do.
Yeah.
So it's about talking about your story. I'm not saying forget about all of that stuff. And also you can deal with if you don't mind having the back and forths, go to do what you're doing. But always the authenticity and the journey that you want that evolves you is about you.
I was never about the back and forths, man. Like, I didn't.
No, but it's going to happen obviously because you're in this space.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I never intended this is here, right? I truly believe that, you know, when you're doing something, when, you know, inspired action, when you don't have to try too hard, when things just happen, when God, like, how do you know you're going along the right path? Is when things become easy, when it doesn't become hard, when opportunities come through. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm working on the higher power because I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel as if I could have done this a long time ago. Due to other reasons, I didn't do it. But I'm grateful for the opportunity I have. I'm grateful for the voice I have. I'm grateful for the audience that I have, and the things that are happening for me. So I do believe that was supposed to happen to me. Like, it was supposed to happen to me because I handled it the way I was supposed to handle it. And to show other black men how to handle things, to also show other people how we can handle things and what we go through. And it's united people through our pain, through the microaggressions, through what we've all experienced. So when I said to you at this moment, I'm like, what do I do with this moment? At that moment, it's like, okay, like, we've seen some of your other stuff, but you have this now, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And that was what I was trying to say. I felt that inside, that I had nothing to do. Like, you can quiz me, it's fine, like, I get it. Like, I don't, I do podcasts and people can do whatever, but I'm saying to you what's in my heart, innit, and why, and even why I handled that like that. Because that was where I'm going with how I'm supposed to handle things. Do you understand? Because if not, I could have corned that woman easily. But that would have taken the narrative away.
A different,
do you understand?
Direction.
So I get everything. I get everything here. I understand what you women are trying to say. I understand what you've seen. I understand what you would like to see from me. I get it. Like, probably some of the same things my mother wants to see from me. You know what I mean? And my sister wants to see. It's not a, you know what I mean? It's not a.
So you've heard it all before.
On, like,
Your sister told you anyway. She warned you.
But why would I come here unless I? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
it's fair.
I think it's important. I just really hope that you take on what we're saying and you follow through on what you said.
Remember,
when you put it out there that I want to change,
yeah,
you know, you said God first is going to conspire to make that happen.
Yeah.
And when you go back on that, doors close, and that happens for a lot of content creators. So I'm hoping that you do go on this path because you have got a following, and I hope you do see, okay, where am I going to lend my voice? And that doesn't have to be in the same path that we're saying. But I just think, just take heed when we say women hear this shit every day.
Too much. And men need to talk about it more.
Like, you know what? Yeah, like, I've grown up around women. It's my sisters, my mom and my sister, my best friend. It's so mad because my mom and my sister are my best friend. Like, this is how I've been raised. So I don't know. Like,
I get where you're coming from.
Have you got brothers as well?
I got a brother, but it's just I'm close to my sisters.
Okay.
Why you haven't mentioned your brother?
Who's that?
Why? What's wrong with your
No,
brother?
don't do that. I do, but I'm just my sister. Like, I don't know. I just
It's fair.
how it is, and I get it. Men can be close to their mothers and sisters and be disrespectful to women and the worst.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'm not one of those men, innit? And I understand that some of the stuff I put out, I get it. You know what it is? I know.
We're there. We heard.
I know.
It's episode 2. Next, we'll get you back in a year and see what I've gone.
I know what I put out there, but like I said before, you rode for me when you didn't have to.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, do you get me? And I saw it. Do you know what I mean? I saw it.
You feel it in your heart.
I felt it. Like,
Okay.
and that's you know what I mean? I felt it. And because I felt it, I was like, yeah, they didn't have to. And I know they've seen my content, probably cussed it a few times as well.
I feel like you may have been in the bin at once.
Of course I know.
I think I put him in the bin.
I think you did.
I think you've put him in.
You put me in the bin once because someone sold it, and I you know what it is?
You know what I mean? Sure,
Put him in the bin.
I remember, because I genuinely don't.
You put me in the bin.
What did she do?
No, I don't know what.
I mean, we're supposed to wrap up. We long
But
time
you know what
ago.
it is? I saw something, and I said, someone said to me, and they showed it to me. I think it got posted on NG. Someone posted it on a blog or something. And
What did you do?
Usually, I would go in. I said, "Cause you're aunties," I was like, "I can't do it."
No.
Like the respect. No, I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
I looked and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna. I tapped out of this one. I didn't even.
It's
I
better
can't
for
even
you.
remember, but I do actually feel like
I think she
I
did.
put him on the dot.
She did. Because I remember, because even when you backed me, I was like, wait, didn't these women? Because I remember people that cussed me out.
Multifaceted and things. 10 things can be true at the same time.
Oh.
But you can fuck up and you can also go through bad shit.
Yeah.
And we can be here to like.
And just know this, you can go in the bin again, you know.
This doesn't mean nothing. This is
Do
just.
you think I don't know that? Oh man. But generally, like, I get it, like, what I put out in it. You didn't have to give me a chance.
Fair dues.
Yeah. So you didn't have to in it, and you know we're here, and yeah, like, you know, I think what happened to me was an opportunity. Is united so many people, not just black people, but like it's united so many people that are against certain things, and have experienced certain things. And
What's happened to her? She reached out to you.
so the worst thing about her is she doubled down. You saw her double down, triple down. She never reached out to me once. She blocked everybody, restricted comments, deleted comments.
She made a non-apology.
Yeah.
We're blocked.
And yeah, like, and obviously.
Good.
We blocked.
Yeah,
We made it.
We made it.
Block us,
Then,
fucking
Then, you know,
bitch.
since then, people kept on releasing information. She was on that naked program or something when she
Oh, was she?
You know, that Channel 4 naked.
Oh my God,
program.
what? Dating naked?
Yeah, my
That
brother
one naked
was on
one.
the show and he dashed her. I think that's why she don't like black guys, because he dashed off the show. I must have posted it. Yeah. So my whole thing with this is she has what I call, you know, the white savior complex about her. Is
She's
that,
got white fragility.
yeah, and the savior complex, because I've seen pictures. She goes to, you know, Africa and does things.
Oh no.
You see her, you're the picture with the kids. Yeah, she
That's
posts-
why she said, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
I've never been racist.
But the problem is this.
She's
all
one
she-
of those.
Listen, I'm not excusing it, but if she turned around the next day and said I'm drunk and and wants to apologise and come on the platform, I'll do what they do to us and make us and then the next day we'll go back to what we're doing. But she thinks she can navigate through this without any, like, it's like,
Yeah.
we don't deserve one. How dare you ask for anything from us? And that was the point where I was just like, no, because it's not even about me. It's just the fact that all the people that are supporting her, and she'll have black men in her comments as well, supporting her and
You see why we say talk to black men?
No.
dude, I have been
There
talking.
was a lot of that.
I was talking to a
was a
lot
lot
of black
of that,
men. Trust me,
Like,
I have.
That's the conversation.
I have been talking to a lot of black men.
So
Yes.
we have talked for ages, and we need to go to our beds. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
We are. I'll speak for myself. Everyone can speak for themselves. Sorry that you went through that. Appreciate the conversation. Appreciate you handling yourself. We want you to do better.
Thank you.
And possibly not do better like that, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I know.
go forth and do good. And we wish you well. We will be checking on you. And
I'm so scared of that. Like, it's just,
yeah,
the way you're looking, you know what it is? The way she's looking at me.
because we're being real. We're real.
What did you see that you don't like from me? I've said something that you hate, man. Why are you looking at me like
I'm
that?
just
man?
observing.
Like, you're not
I don't
observing,
like,
you're
to
giving
be
me
fair,
evils.
yeah,
You can't
not even. I don't.
Please,
you know what?
like,
She's not
It's
giving
not
evil.
even
She
giving
doesn't
out
put
that energy
evils.
at all. I am an observer.
Yeah.
Like, I really look at how people behave, what they say,
You're observing
what they
me.
put
Are
out
you
there. Do you know what I mean? And that's
judging
how
my
I make
body
my
language?
judgments.
Okay.
Do you know
Not
what I
your
mean?
body.
I have to
Relax.
observe.
No, it's the body language.
Basically, no, it's the jury's
It's
out
moving
right
mad.
now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Actions speak Speak louder than words.
Yeah.
The jury's out. Let's see.
I'm being true to myself.
So I can't speak about baby mums at all because
it's how
You know what the thing is? No, do you know what it is? Yeah. No, I feel like there are just certain things you need to probably work on in terms of like how to be a man and talk about women's issues, or how to be a man and be in a women's space. There is like a whole learning there that you need to kind of go through, I would say. So even in this conversation, we've been very gracious to you, but when women are speaking, a very male thing to do is to cut them off. You've cut off so many people repeatedly today, and we've just let you go forth and do that. That is a very simple thing that you get in like corporate training for men in leadership positions in terms of how they interact with women. There's a plethora of information out there. I think you would benefit from that.
I will look at it, but you don't want to change me too much, man.
No, it's not about being changed.
You wouldn't like it. If I just sat here,
it's fine. No, it's fine.
You would hate it.
No, it's not a question of hating it.
You know what? You've got to be open to it. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. And that's what I'm observing.
I'm listening. I'm just saying you wouldn't want me like that.
You can't say what we want. It's like you as a person. I don't need to say that you've got to change. It's just about evolution. You don't have to be like, we don't say stiff upper lip and pander to women. It's not that, because we can handle banter, as you can see. None of us are crying and saying, none of us are that. But just think about the space that you're entering and definitely have more well-rounded conversations with a varied amount of people, because you can't be set in your echo chamber of men thinking one way and a certain type of women and that's it. You've got to put yourself in different spaces.
They don't ask every single person.
They don't. Stats of shit.
You have to interrogate them and the sources and the funding.
You have to at least respect the fact that you don't be coming just with nothing, right?
Yeah,
no. That's not the point. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Just talk. Just talk.
To destroy arguments, and it's just used in a very negative way. Traditionally,
I'm not trying to destroy it, but I hear you.
That's all it is.
But that's it.
I think, and it's funny because I did actually think we were a lot older than you, and we're not.
We're not even.
We're not even. Like,
we would be in school at the same time.
Truly.
Well, we would.
Right, shut the fuck up. Some of you.
Some of us might have been a bit older.
We were reading through at the same time. So when you came in and you said your age, I was like, oh, serious. So that's why I'm talking to you. Truly, like.
Okay, cool.
You're not a son to us.
No,
we
were peers. On circuits at the same time. Probably, you were watching the same types of things as us.
Going to the same types of places.
All I'm saying is, this technique of these stats are so used and played out. Let's have real conversations. And if you love the black community, let's have real conversations with each other. And let's truly go into where your heart is leading you, not what's going to go viral, what you're called to do. And we could be doing shit that goes viral. We're going with our hearts. That's right. When you were talking, I was really listening. I was like, I see him. Okay, cool. I want to see where he goes, because you're not a young whippersnapper. So I want to see you enter into this new age like we have and show people actually what media can be.
It's mad that, because I was literally, I just think you've met me at the point of where I'm just ready.
Which is fair.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I haven't got much to argue. I haven't been here to argue with you.
I think it's fair.
Like, it's just, when I said I'm on my journey, it means that I was already on it recently, and then that happened, and then I handled it, and then I saw the response, particularly from the black community, and, you know, a lot of actors and producers and like a lot of people. You know, and a lot of it came after you got posted by you guys as well. So at that moment, you're looking at stuff and you're saying to yourself, okay, like you have things are changing.
And that's a
about what your legacy is. That's what you actually got to
And I've been thinking about that. Because I've been like, and that's what my mum said to me. Look, she was like, son, remember your father is your chief. Remember, I don't want to see you. You're very intellectual. Remember, you're university degree educated. Remember all the things that you have. Show that side of you.
And you see how that one white woman can undermine all of that. Plus a few viral clips can undermine all of that. So if you're really about representing your family, your chief dad and your mother and your sisters that you love and care for, this is what we're saying. That lane of stats and single mother, that's not what you even should be talking about. You don't even need to talk about that, potentially.
I think
you need to find a different path, possibly.
I just think that's just kind of where I was going. So that's just me saying to you, I was like, oh, it's getting not boring, but I'm more than that. Whenever it just becomes like, you know what I mean? I care about single mothers. I don't want you to think that I don't care about you.
That's not what we're hearing.
I'm saying to you, but that whole thing where it just, like it makes clips, it makes whatever, but I'm more than that.
Yeah,
and that's the part.
What we're saying is, remember
I could sit down right now with Piers Morgan and speak on the conflict in the Middle East right now. I'm very well versed in it, and no one has no idea because of how much I read.
Well, if you weren't late, we could have had that conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God!
You missed out.
It's because it wasn't my fault.
If you were to follow us, you'd know that we're very passionate about that.
We talk about a lot of things.
But I'm saying to you, like, there's a lot of things that recently that I've said that I want to, you know what I mean, move towards and even whatever. But people will not know that until they see me on a political show speaking about certain things. They'll be like, oh my God, Chai, you know that?
Or using your platform to talk about it. It's just be authentically you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, even after everything you said and you want to go and talk about dating single mothers all day long, just be authentically you.
And I swear that's not on that.
Yeah. Guys, we got it done. We got to go to bed. Thank you so much, Chyna. What's your name?
My name is Chyna. That's what I'm saying. My name is Chyna, the man of
government
voice.
firm?
Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. My name is Chyna and TikTok. I want to give a big thank you to the ladies. Like I said, a bit hot in this seat over here.
Yeah, it's a hot seat.
But no, man. Like, you guys have a lot of cultural currency. Within the community.
Oh, wow, you think so?
Yes.
I'm
you know what it is? My sister, anything my sister says, she's gassed about.
Sister's okay.
Yeah, she knows everything, yeah.
Sister's a G.
Yeah.
Big up, sis.
And when I told her I was good, she was, oh my God, you're going there. I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, good luck. But I know you guys could have been you could have gone a lot more in.
Hey, and to be fair, it's not on purpose. This is a natural. We didn't.
You went in still. No, she just got me.
What did I
No, because it's like in silence. Sometimes the silence speaks louder than words, and sometimes
She's been looking at me like she's
assessing you.
She's observing, like she said.
But look, at the end of the day, thank you for coming on. We don't like what you experience. We don't like anyone that uses their racism to denigrate and bring down black people. Fun you for that. We, yes, you guys can find Chyna. You know what we think of him. Yeah. Like you're the brother, your little nephew. No, kind of not your brother, cousin.
He's not Pierre. He's Uncle Chai.
Uncle Chai. No.
And that's the thing. I think so many more content creators just need to step into their wisdom.
Yeah.
And not play like they are amongst.
I'm not playing.
No, not you. It's a generalised note.
You are older and you have experience more, and I just want to see more men step into that space.
I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of the times that comes like that's, you see how I'm speaking? That's the older side of speaking. Then the other side is probably the little bit of the, and I get what you're saying. You're saying just step a little bit more where the younger men can see something to follow.
And they can literally be like, I need to step up.
I know, that was the guy. I know. Yeah. And when I look back, I'm going to keep it 100. When I look back on it, I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, that was actually who I am. The rest of everything else, it's still me, but it's hyperinflated caricatures based upon things that. But the way I handle that, even in a scenario off the cuff, that was me. The way people reacted to me, how I witnessed that. For me, that's a better representation of me. Like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't me trying to be anything. If anything, like, I'm not trying to be anything on a platform, but like I said, I can add source to it because we're on a platform. Doesn't mean I don't believe in what I'm saying, but at the same time, you understand that you're on TV or on YouTube, innit?
Yeah, we got you.
Sometimes I just say things, innit?
We got it. Like, you got a year.
Yeah. That's good. I feel like she was only giving me to my next couple of shows. She's like,
that's me speaking.
She's like, you got 2 shows. You got 2 shows in.
It might not be. Let's see what she posts. I'm giving you a year because we got shit to do. So we'll give you a year.
Wait, just so you know, there's content I filmed prior that's going to come out. No, just putting that out there.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll be ready for you. So if you do any of the progress stuff,
not
you'll be in the bin.
Not new. So I'm going to message you about it, guys. Just so you know, this is from prior. So if I say
you better post the date.
If I say anything crazy, I'm going to like the metadata. I'm going to be like, guys, this was before.
When you post, you need to add.
I'm going to say
prior to your audience could never.
Yeah, please.
Guys, I've learned.
Because you don't want to end up in the bin again.
He'll be in the bin weekly.
We've got people in the bin that's dumped. Stamped in the bin.
Thank you so much, lady.
All right, guys, that's our show. Keep safe and enemy free. Lots of love and hugs from your favourite aunties.
Whoa.
Bye. Bye now.